Be me. 24 years old, female, work as a barista at this pretentious coffee shop in Portland that sells $8 lattes with oat milk. Dating this guy named Alex for about 6 months. He's a software developer, pretty normal dude, plays video games, watches anime, standard issue boyfriend. Relationship is fine, nothing crazy, but also nothing wrong. We watch Netflix together, have decent sex twice a week, eat takeout, normal couple stuff. One day I'm scrolling through Twitter while Alex is playing Elden Ring, and I see this thread about polyamory. Monogamy is a societal construct designed to control women's sexuality and enforce patriarchal ownership. Thread has like 50K likes. Everyone in the comments talking about how enlightened they are for being poly. I have 3 partners, and we all communicate our needs openly. It's the most mature form of love. Start reading more. Fall down a rabbit hole of polyamory discourse, ethical non-monogamy blogs, relationship anarchy manifestos. This one girl has a whole thread about how she has a primary partner, a secondary partner, and 3 tertiary partners plus casual connections. Everyone's needs are met and nobody's possessive. It's literally the future of human relationships. I'm reading this thinking, damn, maybe monogamy is outdated. Maybe I'm limiting myself. Maybe I'm conforming to societal expectations like a sheep. Spend the next 2 weeks consuming polyamory content like it's my full-time job, watching YouTube videos, reading articles, joining Discord servers. There's this whole community of people talking about compersion, being happy your partner is happy with someone else, and relationship structures and communication. I decide I need to talk to Alex about this, about opening our relationship, about evolving beyond traditional constraints. One night after he's done gaming, I bring it up super casually while we're eating pizza. Hey, so I've been thinking about our relationship structure and wondering if we should explore ethical non-monogamy. He looks at me like I just suggested we join a cult. What? Like, you want to date other people? Not just me, both of us. It's about expanding our capacity for love, not limiting ourselves to societal norms. I'm using all the terminology I learned from Twitter, talking about compersion and relationship anarchy and emotional labor distribution. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with just us. This seems complicated. That's just your conditioning talking. We've been taught that love is scarce, but it's actually abundant if we let it be. We argue for like 2 hours. He's skeptical. I'm passionate about this new discovery. Can I at least think about it? Of course, this is about us making decisions together, about communication and growth. Spend the next week sending him articles, videos, podcast episodes about polyamory, basically bombarding him with propaganda. He finally agrees to try it, says he's willing to explore if it makes me happy, which I interpret as full support. Immediately update my dating profile. Tinder bio now says ethically non-monogamous, seeking connections, primary partner aware and supportive. Alex makes a profile too, but he's clearly not enthusiastic. His bio just says, apparently I'm poly now, IDK. Within 2 days, I match with this guy named Marcus, who's super into the polyamory lifestyle, has been poly for 5 years. I have 2 partners currently, both amazing women. We all have dinner together once a week. It's beautiful. We meet for coffee. He talks for an hour straight about his polyamory journey, uses terms like metamor and polycule and kitchen table poly. I'm fascinated. This is exactly what I read about. This is the future. We start dating. I'm seeing both Alex and Marcus, feeling like an enlightened being who's transcended basic human jealousy. Alex is clearly not doing great with this, keeps asking questions about Marcus, seems uncomfortable when I go on dates. You're just working through your societal conditioning. This is normal. You'll get to the compersion eventually. Marcus introduces me to his other partners, Sarah and Jenna. We all have dinner together at his apartment. This is so weird. We're eating pasta while everyone talks about their relationship dynamics and schedules. So I have Tuesday and Thursday with Marcus. You're taking Monday and Wednesday? Sarah asks me like we're discussing a timeshare. Yeah, and then weekends we're all flexible depending on needs and desires. Jenna's on her phone the whole time, barely participating, seems annoyed by my presence. After dinner, Marcus pulls me aside, says Jenna's having some jealousy issues with him, dating someone new. She'll work through it. It's just her insecurities manifesting. She needs to do the work. I'm starting to see that this poly thing involves a lot of emotional labor and scheduling and drama. Meanwhile, Alex has matched with this girl named Rachel on his Tinder. They've been talking, but he hasn't met her yet. I don't know if I actually want to meet her. This feels weird, like I'm cheating even though I'm not. You're not cheating. This is ethical. We have full transparency. You're allowed to explore connections. He goes on one date with Rachel, comes back looking miserable. How was it? Weird. The whole time I kept thinking about you on dates with Marcus and I felt sick. That's just jealousy. You need to examine where that's coming from, what insecurity it's pointing to. I'm parroting all the poly advice I've read online, acting like I'm some relationship guru. Week 3 of this experiment, I'm exhausted. Scheduling dates with 2 people while working full-time is like having a second job. Marcus wants to see me 3 times a week now, says he's really feeling our connection, wants to introduce me to his parents. Isn't it too early for that? We've known each other 3 weeks. In poly, we move at the speed of authenticity, not arbitrary timelines. Meanwhile, Alex has stopped trying to date anyone else, just stays home, playing video games, looking depressed. Are you okay? Yeah, just tired. He's clearly not okay, but I'm too busy with my new poly life to really dig into it. Marcus's partner Jenna texts me out of nowhere, long message about how I'm disrupting the polycule balance. Marcus is experiencing new relationship energy with you and neglecting his existing commitments. This is affecting everyone. I screenshot and send to Marcus, asking what's going on. Jenna's just being possessive. She needs to work on her attachment issues. This isn't about you. Red flags everywhere, but I'm ignoring them because I'm committed to this lifestyle. Now, post about my poly journey on Twitter, get a bunch of likes and supportive comments. Yes, queen, monogamy is so outdated. Living your truth. Also get some negative comments from random accounts, people calling me a slut, saying poly is just cheating with extra steps. I quote tweet them with, "Tell me you're insecure without telling me you're insecure," and get even more likes. One guy with an anime profile pic and the word black-pilled in his bio replies, "All women are hypergamous sluts riding the carousel, tale as old as time." This incel has like 47 followers and tweets 80 times a day about women being the source of all evil and how he's going his own way. His bio says 6'2" in my mind, crypto investor, broke RN, women only want chads, society is gynocentric. I click on his profile out of morbid curiosity. Every single tweet is about how women have it easy and men are oppressed. Women can just exist and have men throw themselves at them. Men have to be 6 feet tall, rich, and have a jawline to get any attention. He's quote tweeting OnlyFans girls like, "She makes $50K a month showing feet while men work themselves to death in coal mines." Nobody works in coal mines anymore, but whatever. His pinned tweet is a manifesto about how dating apps ruined society and gave women too much power. Women swipe left on 95% of men, only chase the top 5% chads, then complain when chad doesn't commit. The math isn't mathing. I reply with, "Maybe women would like you if you had a personality instead of blaming everyone else for your failures." He immediately responds, "Enjoy your polyamory phase, you'll hit the wall at 30 and no man will want your used up ass. Then you'll be crying about where are all the good men." I block him, but his tweet stays in my head, not because he's right, but because the audacity is staggering. "Tell Marcus about the incel interaction while we're getting dinner," he laughs. Those guys are so disconnected from reality, they think women have life on easy mode when we're literally fighting patriarchy every day. Meanwhile, in another corner of the internet, my coworker Brad is attempting No Nut November. Brad is 26, works as a barista with me, spends literally all his free time watching porn and playing League of Legends. He announced, "On November 1st to everyone at work, I'm doing No Nut November this year. Gonna prove I have discipline." This man has the willpower of a goldfish, has never completed any challenge in his life, once quit a diet after 4 hours. Day 1, he's already struggling, keeps talking about how hard it is. I woke up this morning and almost failed immediately, had to take a cold shower. Nobody asked, but he's volunteering this information to everyone who will listen. "Why are you doing this to yourself?" I ask while making a cappuccino. "To prove I'm not addicted, to reset my dopamine receptors, to gain clarity and focus." He read one post on Reddit about the benefits of not cooming and decided he's doing a full reboot. Day 3, he looks miserable, keeps adjusting himself at work, sweating more than usual. I can't stop thinking about it. It's like my brain is screaming at me. Maybe that means you should stop. No, I have to complete this. I already posted about it on Reddit. If I fail, everyone will know I'm a coomer. This man's entire self-worth is tied to whether he can not jerk off for 30 days, bleak. Meanwhile, my poly situation is getting more complicated by the day. Marcus wants me to meet his parents, says they're super accepting of his lifestyle. We go to dinner at their house. They're nice, but clearly uncomfortable with the whole situation. So you're dating our son, and he's dating 2 other women, and you have another boyfriend? His mom asks, trying to understand. Yes, we're practicing ethical non-monogamy. It's all consensual and communicative. His dad just drinks wine silently, probably regretting every life choice that led to this moment. Alex is getting worse, barely talking to me, our relationship feeling strained. Are you sure you want to keep doing this poly thing? Why, are you not happy? Honestly, no, I hate it. I hate knowing you're with Marcus. I hate feeling like I'm not enough. This turns into a huge fight about jealousy and insecurity and emotional growth. You're not doing the work. You're not reading the resources I sent you. You're not trying to overcome your conditioning. Maybe I don't want to overcome it. Maybe I just want a normal relationship with my girlfriend. Normal is a social construct. I'm yelling about social constructs while he's literally on the verge of tears. I'm being a terrible partner. We don't resolve anything. I leave to go to Marcus's place, choosing my secondary partner over my primary. At Marcus's place, Jen is there having a breakdown about something. Sarah said she wants to be primary with Marcus, and I'm feeling decentered in the polycule. We spend 3 hours discussing polycule hierarchy and everyone's feelings and needs. This is exhausting. Relationships shouldn't require this much bureaucracy. Marcus is mediating between everyone, clearly stressed, his ethical non-monogamy looking a lot like just regular drama. We just need to communicate more, schedule a polycule meeting, hash everything out. I'm sitting there thinking maybe Alex was right, maybe this is too complicated. Check my phone, Alex texted. Can we talk when you get home? Get home at midnight. Alex is still awake, looks like he's been crying. I can't do this anymore. Can't do what? This, us, the poly thing. I thought I could, but I can't. It's killing me. He's full on breaking down, saying he feels like he's not enough, like he's losing me. I wake up every day wondering if you're going to leave me for Marcus, if I'm just a placeholder until you find someone better. I'm feeling defensive. That's not how poly works. I can love multiple people. You're not a placeholder. Then why does it feel like one? Why do you spend more time with him than me? Why do you light up when you talk about him but seem annoyed with me? He's got a point, but I don't want to admit it. You're just insecure. This is your issue to work through. Maybe it is, but I'm not working through it. I'm done. Either we go back to monogamy or we're breaking up. Ultimatum time. Did not see this coming even though all the signs were there. You can't just give me an ultimatum. That's not how this works. I can and I am. I can't keep doing this. It's destroying me. We argue. Until 3 a.m., I'm stubborn, refusing to admit that maybe this poly experiment was a mistake. Fine, then we're done. He actually says it, the words I thought he'd never say. Fine, I storm out, go to a 24-hour diner, sit there at 3:30 a.m., eating pancakes and realizing I just ended a 6-month relationship because I couldn't admit I was wrong. Text Marcus about what happened. He's supportive, but also kind of excited that I'm now more available. This is probably for the best. Now you can fully explore our connection without restrictions. That response makes me feel gross, like he's happy my relationship imploded. Meanwhile, Brad is on day 7 of No Nut November, looking like a zombie at work. I had a dream about Mia Malkova last night and woke up in a panic, thought I failed. Brad, nobody cares about your Coomer struggles. The guys on Reddit care. I'm posting updates daily. I have 43 upvotes on my day 6 report. This man's only source of validation is Reddit incels cheering on his abstinence. How did we get here? What do you even get from this? Clarity, focus, energy, confidence, better skin, deeper voice. Women will be able to sense my retention energy. That's not real. None of that is scientifically proven. Tell that to the 500 guys on R-rated NoFap who say it changed their lives. Reddit has convinced this man that not jerking off will give him superpowers. Post about my breakup on Twitter, looking for sympathy and validation. Just ended things with my primary partner because he couldn't handle ethical non-monogamy. Sometimes people just aren't evolved enough. Get a mix of supportive replies and people calling me out. You probably gaslit him into agreeing to poly, then got mad when he wasn't happy. Tale to as old as time. One reply from a woman with 50K followers. As someone who's been poly for 10 years, this sounds like you pushed someone into a relationship structure they didn't want. That's not ethical. I get defensive. Start arguing in the replies about how I did everything right, how I communicated, how it's not my fault he couldn't do the work. Ratioed into oblivion, people quote tweeting me with, "Tell me you're selfish," without telling me you're selfish. Delete the tweet, but screenshots already circulating. My main character moment, but not in a good way. The incel from before finds the screenshots somehow. Quote tweets with, "LMAO, she destroyed her relationship for strange dick, and now she's the victim. Women are a meme." Has 500 likes from other incels. They're all celebrating in the replies like they won something. She'll be 30 soon, wondering where all the good men went. Hit the wall at max speed. Polyamory is just women branch swinging until they can't anymore. Then they want to settle with the beta bucks. These men have invented an entire language to describe their hatred of women. It's fascinating and horrifying. Week after the breakup, I'm staying at Marcus's place more. My roommate, who's friends with Alex, is making things awkward. Alex came by to get his stuff. He looked really sad. "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine. We just wanted different things." She gives me a look, like she knows I'm full of shit. Things with Marcus are getting intense. He wants me to move in, says one of his partners is moving out. We could have our own space within the shared space. It would be perfect. The idea of living in a poly house with multiple partners and complex scheduling sounds like actual hell. I don't know, that's a big step. I thought you were all about exploring new relationship structures. This is the logical evolution. He's got me there. I've been preaching about radical relationships, and now I'm hesitating. Meet up with my friend Tessa, who's been watching this whole thing unfold. She's brutally honest. "Girl, you ruined a good relationship because Twitter convinced you to try poly, and now you're doubling down instead of admitting you made a mistake." "It wasn't a mistake. I'm learning and growing." "You're coping. Alex was a good guy, and you threw him away for what? Complicated scheduling and emotional labor?" She's not wrong, but I'm too prideful to admit it. "Marcus and I have a real connection." "Marcus has a connection with 3 other women. You're not special, you're just new." This hits different. Suddenly I'm seeing things clearly. Brad is on day 14 of No Nut November, halfway through, looking absolutely deranged. "I saw a woman in yoga pants today and had to leave the grocery store. Almost had an accident." "Brad, this is not healthy. You're not gaining superpowers. You're just torturing yourself." The Reddit posts say day 14 is when the real benefits start. I just have to push through. He's reading posts from guys, claiming they can smell when women are ovulating, claiming they have more energy, claiming women are magnetically drawn to them. Bro, that's placebo effect at best, delusion at worst. You don't understand. I'm rewiring my brain. I'm becoming the best version of myself. Later that day, I see him outside on his break, doing push-ups against the wall, muttering affirmations. "I am in control. I am not a slave to my urges. I am powerful." This man needs help, but he's getting advice from Reddit instead. Things with Marcus start falling apart around week 5 of dating him. The new relationship energy wearing off. Sarah's being passive-aggressive. Jenna straight up ignores me. Marcus is stressed trying to balance everyone. Can we schedule a polycule meeting to discuss tensions? I don't want to go to a meeting to discuss relationship problems with 3 other people. This is insane. Maybe I should take some space, figure things out. Space? We just started. You can't just leave when things get hard. The irony of him saying this when he has 3 other partners is not lost on me. Take a week to myself, stay at my apartment, avoid everyone, reflect on my choices. Realize that I got so caught up in being different and evolved that I forgot to ask myself what I actually wanted. Did I want polyamory, or did I just want to seem interesting on Twitter? Did I love Marcus, or did I just love the idea of being someone who could do poly right? Answer to both is probably no. I just got caught up in performative wokeness. Check Alex's Instagram. He's posted a photo with a girl at a coffee shop. Caption just says, "Good company." She's cute. They look happy. I feel a pang of something that feels a lot like regret. Comment section has his friends commenting supportive stuff. My mutual friends noticeably silent. Realized that I burned bridges, made myself look like a villain, all because I couldn't just admit I wanted attention. Text Alex, "Hey, I know we're not together, but I wanted to say I'm sorry for how things went down. You deserved better." He reads it, doesn't respond. I don't blame him. Break things off with Marcus properly. Tell him I'm not cut out for poly, that I rushed into something I wasn't ready for. You're just running away when it gets real. This is exactly the problem with people trying poly. They give up too easy. Maybe, or maybe I'm just being honest that this isn't for me, which is more ethical than continuing when I'm not happy. He's annoyed but accepts it, probably already focusing on his other partners anyway. Month after the Alex breakup, I'm single, working, living my normal life, pretending the whole poly era didn't happen. Brad failed, whoa nut. November on day 19, came to work looking defeated. I failed, I couldn't make it. I'm a disappointment. Brad, it's literally not that serious. 19 days is impressive if you must measure your worth by not cooming. The Reddit guys are going to be so disappointed. I already posted about failing, got downvoted to oblivion. Maybe get off Reddit and touch grass. He makes a new post about lessons learned and trying again next year. The cope is strong. The incel guy who was trolling me months ago tweets, update, still no girls interested, society still gynocentric, might become a monk. His posts have devolved into complete dissociation from reality, blaming women for the weather, for his fast food being cold, for everything. Someone replies, have you tried therapy? And he responds, therapy is a scam created by Big Pharma to keep men docile. I'm staying alpha. These men have created an entire ecosystem of cope, blaming everyone but themselves. See a post on Reddit's Polyamory subreddit, someone asking if it's ethical to push your partner into poly. Top comment says, no, poly under duress is not ethical. Both partners need to enthusiastically consent. Comment has 2,000 upvotes. I'm reading it, feeling called out by strangers on the internet. Read through more posts, see people talking about the work involved in poly, the emotional labor, the complexity. Poly is amazing, but it's not for everyone. It requires exceptional communication skills and emotional maturity, plus a lot of time. Realized that Twitter gave me the highlight reel, while Reddit gave me the reality. Should have started on Reddit. 3 months post Alex. I'm doing okay, dating casually but nothing serious. Learn my lesson about rushing into things. Run into Alex at a local brewery. He's with the girl from Instagram. They look comfortable together. I'm with Tessa. She elbows me. You gonna say hi? Walk over. Super awkward. Hey, long time. Hey, yeah, how have you been? We make painful small talk. I meet his girlfriend, Emily. She's nice, like genuinely nice. I hate it. I've heard a lot about you, she says, which could mean anything. They leave after a few minutes. I sit back down, feeling like I got punched in the gut. You okay? Yeah, just realizing I fumbled probably the best relationship I ever had because I let Twitter convince me I needed to be poly. Tessa's sympathetic. We all make mistakes. At least you learned from it. Did I, though? I'm still single, still working at a coffee shop, still doom-scrolling Twitter for validation. Baby steps, at least you're not in a polycule arguing about hierarchies. She's right. Small mercies and all that. Post a vague tweet about learning from mistakes. Don't mention poly specifically. Sometimes growth means admitting you were wrong and that the path you chose wasn't right for you, and that's okay. Get supportive replies. Nobody brings up my poly disaster. Maybe they forgot, or maybe they're being nice. Brad starts dating someone he met at a gaming convention. She's into the same weird anime he likes. I'm not doing No Nut November next year. Girlfriend said it was stupid anyway. Character development. He's actually happy. Less time on Reddit, more time with his girlfriend. Shocking that human. Connection helps. Check the incel's Twitter one last time out of morbid curiosity. He's been suspended. Probably said something so unhinged that even Twitter's non-existent moderation caught it. Somewhere he's on a new platform, blaming women for his suspension. The cycle continues. 6 months post Alex, I'm actually doing good. Got a promotion to shift supervisor at the coffee shop. Started taking community college classes online, thinking about getting a degree. Actual progress. See Alex posted about moving in with Emily. Caption says, next chapter with my favorite person. I like the post, he likes my comment. We've reached the stage where we can interact without trauma. Tessa asks if I'm really over it. Yeah, I think so. I'm happy. He's happy. I fumbled, but he landed on his feet. My DMs get a message from some random account. Saw your tweets about poly, thinking about trying it with my girlfriend. Any advice? I type out a long response about how it's not for everyone, how communication is key, how you need to really examine your motivations. Make sure you both actually want it, not just one person pushing the other, and be ready for it to get complicated fast. Hit send. Feel like maybe my disaster can help someone avoid the same mistakes. Later that night, scrolling Twitter, see a thread going viral about polyamory. Hot take, 90% of poly relationships are just one person who wants to cheat, convincing their partner it's woke. 100K likes, ratioed into space, everyone has opinions. Quote tweet with, As someone who tried poly and failed spectacularly, sometimes this is true and people need to be honest about their motivations. Get supportive responses. People sharing their own poly disasters feels like group therapy. One response says, I convinced my boyfriend to try poly. We broke up 3 weeks later. I just wanted permission to date someone else without being the bad guy. Another says, poly works for some people, but Twitter makes it seem like you're backwards if you want monogamy, and that's BS. Thread becomes a space for people to share their complicated relationship stories. I'm reading for hours. Realize that most relationship structures can work if both people genuinely want them, but forcing someone into your ideal is always going to end badly. Post a follow-up. Real growth is admitting when you pushed someone into something they didn't want because you wanted to experiment. Be honest with yourselves, folks. Get quote, tweeted by a big poly account. This is actually a great take. Poly under duress isn't poly. It's just coercion. Feel validated by polyamory experts. Full circle moment. Year after the Alex breakup, I'm in a completely different place mentally. Dating someone named Chris for 2 months. He's a librarian. We're monogamous. It's boring in the best way. No complicated scheduling, no metamors, no polycule meetings. Just 2 people who like each other. We watch movies, cook dinner together, have normal relationship. Problems. Like who does dishes and what to watch on Netflix. You know what's nice about this? I tell him one night. What's that? It's simple. There's no emotional calculus, no scheduling spreadsheets, just US. He laughs. That's because monogamy is literally just 2 people who like each other. Not that complicated. Twitter tried to convince me otherwise. Twitter tries to convince people of a lot of stupid things. That's why I'm not on it. Valid point. Maybe I should quit Twitter too. Brad's still dating his girlfriend. They moved in together. He's a completely different person. I can't believe I wasted so much time on Reddit and porn when I could have been like living life. Character development. I'm proud of you, Brad. He quit Reddit cold turkey. Says his mental health improved dramatically. Imagine that. Run into Marcus randomly at a bookstore. He's alone. Looks tired. Hey, how's it going? Honestly, I just ended things with all my partners. The poly thing wasn't sustainable long-term for Emmy specifically. Plot twist. The poly evangelist realized poly wasn't for him either. Wait, seriously? You were so into it. I was into the idea of it, the identity, but the reality was just constant drama and emotional labor. I'm taking a break. We grab coffee. Talk honestly about how we both got caught up in performing a lifestyle we thought made us interesting. I think I was poly because I was afraid of intimacy. Easier to spread myself thin than go deep with one person. His self-awareness is surprising. Maybe everyone grows eventually. I'm sorry for how things went down. I was pushy and didn't respect that you were figuring things out. I'm sorry too. I was using poly as an excuse to avoid real problems in my relationship with Alex. Wasn't fair to anyone. We part ways amicably, both recovering from our poly ERA. See a post on Reddit months later. Brad posted on relationship advice. My girlfriend wants to try poly. I'm uncomfortable but don't want to lose her. What do I do? Comment section. Roasting him. If she's pushing poly, she probably already has someone in mind. Run. One comment says, poly works when both people want it from the start, not when one person convinces the other. Someone links my viral Twitter thread about poly disasters. Read this, it's instructive. Brad comments back, actually, I know the person who wrote that. She works with me. I'll ask her advice in person. We have a long talk at work. I tell him everything, all the mistakes, all the red flags I ignored. If you don't want poly, don't do it. Don't let anyone convince you you're backwards or insecure. You know what you want. He breaks up with his girlfriend. She admits she already had someone lined up. Called it. You were right. She just wanted permission to cheat, basically. Brad rebounds harder than before, but at least he didn't get strung along for months like I did to Alex. Chris and I hit the 1-year mark. He meets my family, normal relationship. Milestones. My mom loves him. He's so normal. After that whole polyamory phase, I was worried. Mom, we don't talk about the polyamory phase, she laughs. Sweetheart, we all have phases. I had a goth phase in the 90s. At least you learned something. Fair point. Everyone's allowed one major life mistake. See, Alex and Emily got engaged. Genuinely happy for them. Comment congratulations on the post. Emily replies with a heart emoji. Alex likes my comment. We've achieved closure. The incel guy somehow finds his way back to Twitter on a new account, still posting. Women hit the wall at 25 now. Instagram has accelerated the aging process. Science. This man has not learned a single thing. Will probably die angry and alone. Bleak, but self-inflicted. Someone quote tweets him, "My brother in Christ, have you tried not being a misogynist?" He responds, "Misogyny is a made-up word to silence men who speak truth about female nature." The mental gymnastics are Olympic level, impressive in a horrifying way. Post a thread about my relationship journey, from monogamy to poly back to monogamy. Here's what I learned. Relationship structures aren't morally superior to each other. What matters is that everyone involved genuinely wants to be in that structure, not performing for Twitter. Thread goes viral again, 200K likes, people sharing their own relationship experiments. One reply says, "I tried being poly for 6 months and all I got was anxiety and 3 different STI scares. Monogamy slaps, actually." Another says, "Poly saved my marriage because we both wanted it, but watching people get pressured into it makes me sad." The discourse is actually nuanced for once, people admitting complexity instead of just taking sides. Reddit's Polyamory sub shares my thread, mixed responses. Some people saying I'm being dismissive of poly, others saying I'm being honest about how it can be misused. Top comment says, "Poly isn't a band-aid for relationship problems, and too many people learn this the hard way. Feel like I've contributed something useful to the discourse instead of just adding to the chaos." Brad shows me a post from r/nofap, some guy claiming he's on day 487 and can now communicate telepathically with women. This can't be real. Nobody actually believes this. Brad, you literally told me women could sense your retention energy last year. He cringes. Please don't remind me of my Coomer redemption arc. I was delusional. The self-awareness is growth. Proud of Brad's journey from gooner to functional human. Chris asked me about my poly phase one night. We're 2 years in now and he's finally curious. What made you think it was a good idea? Honestly, Twitter convinced me that monogamy was boring and I was afraid of being boring. Wanted to seem evolved and interesting. That's the most chronically online thing I've ever heard. He's not wrong. I let social media dictate my real-life choices, like an idiot. The worst part is I hurt someone who was good, to me, because I was more concerned with my brand than his feelings. At least you can admit it now, that's something. We watch a documentary about cults. I keep seeing parallels to online communities. You know what's wild? The way people talk about polyamory online is basically cult recruitment tactics, love bombing, special terminology, us versus them, a mentality. Chris nods. A lot of online communities are like that. They create insular worlds where outside criticism is seen as oppression. Make a mental note to be more critical of online movements that claim to have all the answers. See a post from Marcus. He's dating someone monogamously now. Posted a cute photo. Caption says, "Sometimes simple is better. Learn that the hard way." I like the post, happy that everyone found their way to what actually works for them. Brad's girlfriend, the new one, not the poly pusher, asked me for relationship advice at the coffee shop. "Brad said you went through a whole thing and learned a lot. I'm having doubts about US and don't know what to do." We talk for an hour. I give her the most honest advice I can. Don't let social media or friends tell you what your relationship should look like. Only you know what you want. Be honest with yourself and with him. She thanks me, says she needed to hear that from someone who learned the hard way. Later find out they worked through their issues, communication solved everything. Imagine that. 3 years post Alex, I barely think about the poly disaster anymore except when it's relevant. It's become a funny story I tell at parties. Let me tell you about the time Twitter convinced me to ruin my relationship. People laugh, share their own stories of social media, leading them astray, bonding through cringe. The incel guy's new account gets suspended again, this time for telling a woman she should be grateful for male attention. He'll be back on another platform, spreading the same misery. The cycle is eternal. Someone makes a TikTok about relationship phases that seemed good at the time, uses my Twitter thread as source material. Video gets 2 million views, comments full of people sharing their own relationship experiments. I tried being friends with benefits and caught feelings immediately ruined the friendship. I did long distance for a guy I met once, spent 2 years on Skype for someone I barely knew. I got married at 19 because my church said I should, divorced at 21. Speedrun! Everyone's out here learning lessons the hard way. At least we're all together in our stupidity. Reddit post from Brad pops up on my feed. He's on relationship advice again. Update. Took advice from coworker, had honest conversation with girlfriend. We're better than ever. Comments congratulating him. Someone says, communication is OP, needs to be nerfed. Brad's come so far from the gooner who thought not jerking off would give him superpowers. Chris and I talk about moving in together. Normal relationship progression, no drama. You sure you don't want to open the relationship first? Spice things up, he jokes. I will end you. We laugh. He knows my poly phase is a sore subject, but also comedy gold at this point. Apartment hunting together is surprisingly not stressful. We communicate about needs and wants like adults. Find a nice 2-bedroom in a good neighborhood. Sign the lease. I'm moving in with someone for the first time since Alex. Feel nervous, but in a good way, like this is the right choice, not a performance for social media. The night before moving in together, Tessa takes me out for drinks. You've come a long way from the girl who thought polyamory was enlightenment. Please, I was insufferable. Can't believe you stayed friends with me through that. That's what friends do. They watch you make mistakes and help pick up the pieces after. We toast to growth, to learning, to not letting Twitter dictate our lives anymore. Moving day goes smooth. Chris and I work together to arrange furniture, compromise on decorations, hang up art together, argue playfully about where the couch should go. This is what I wanted all along. That night we order pizza, sit on the floor of our new place, Router. Chris has a dog too, named Router, because we're both nerds. And my cat Basement, I got a new cat, playing together. This is nice, just us, no complicated polycule dynamics, no spreadsheets. Chris raises his beer. To monogamy, the most boring and therefore best relationship structure. We clink bottles. I feel genuinely happy, in a way I didn't during my poly phase. Check Twitter one last time before bed, see a post going viral. Unpopular opinion? Most people who try poly are just bored and want to seem interesting instead of doing the hard work of maintaining one relationship, ratioed immediately. People big mad in the replies. I don't quote tweet, don't engage, just close the app. I've learned my lesson about main character moments. Months into living together, Chris and I have our first real fight about dishes. It's stupid, but also we work through it, communicate, apologize, move on. You know what's wild? Our biggest fight was about dishes, not about other partners or scheduling or emotional labor. That's because dishes are an actual problem. Polyscheduling is a problem you create. He's got a point. Simple problems are easier to solve than complex ones you invented. Brad gets engaged to his girlfriend, posts about it on Reddit before anywhere else. She said yes. For everyone who followed my journey from Coomer to functioning human, thank you for the support. Comments full of congratulations. Someone says, king shit, proud of your growth. Reddit helped destroy him and rebuild him. The duality of online communities. See, Marcus posted about being in therapy, working through his relationship addiction patterns. Good for him. Genuine growth. Everyone's on their own journey. The incel returns on a new platform, possibly Rumble or Truth Social, still posting about women. Women only want men with money, height, and status. Rest of us are invisible. Someone replies with a photo of an average-looking dude with his wife and kids. Caption, I have none of those things and I'm happy. Incel response, beta buck situation. She's cheating on you with Chad, guaranteed. There's no winning with these guys. They've created an unfalsifiable worldview. Tragic. Post my own Reddit update on relationship sus advice. Update. I'm the girl who ruined her relationship for poly. Here's how it turned out. Detail everything. The mistakes, the growth, the current happiness. Top comment says, character development arc. This is what accountability looks like. Another says, more people need to hear stories like this. Social media makes everything seem easy when it's not. Feel like I've come full circle from poly evangelist to poly skeptic to just someone who learned something. Year 4 post Alex. I see he got married to Emily. Wedding photos on Instagram. They look genuinely happy. Outdoor wedding, all their friends and family. Chris sees me looking. You good? Yeah, actually, I'm genuinely happy for him. He deserves someone who doesn't experiment on the relationship. Chris kisses my forehead, and he has that, and so do I. Everyone wins. Comment, congratulations on the post. Alex replies with a heart. Emily adds, thanks, lovely. We're all adults who moved on. Healing is possible. Grudges are optional. Brad's wedding happens. He invites everyone from the coffee shop, actually emotional. During his speech, he mentions learning what actually matters in life, looks pointedly at his phone. I wasted years on Reddit and porn thinking that was living. Turns out touching grass and human connection is better. Who knew? Everyone laughs. His wife is crying happy tears. It's sweet. Reception has no Wi-Fi, Brad's idea. Everyone needs to be present, no phones. Radical concept, but actually works. People are talking and dancing instead of posting. Chris and I slow dance. He whispers, "Think you'll ever write a book about your poly disaster?" God, no, the Twitter thread is embarrassing enough. Could be therapeutic, could help people. Maybe he's right. Maybe sharing cringe is actually valuable. 5 years post-disaster, I'm 29, working as a manager at the coffee shop, taking online classes for a psychology degree. Want to understand relationship dynamics better? Maybe help people avoid my mistakes. Chris and I are talking about getting engaged, nothing rushed, just natural progression. Life is stable, boring, exactly what 24-year-old me thought she was too evolved for. Get a DM on Twitter from someone who read my poly thread years ago. Your thread saved me from making the same mistake. My girlfriend wanted to try poly, and I was about to agree even though I hated the idea. Your story made me realize I could just say no. They're still together, monogamous, happy. Feel like my cringe had purpose. Helped at least one person. Avoid pain. Reddit post from our Polyamory. Someone asking, when did you realize poly wasn't for you? Top comment links my Twitter thread. This is the most honest account I've read. She admits she was doing it for the wrong reasons. Comments full of similar stories. People who tried poly for identity reasons instead of genuine desire. I wanted to seem progressive and ended up just stressed and constantly scheduling. I thought being poly made me more evolved. Turns out I was just avoiding intimacy. Everyone learning the same lessons, just at different speeds. The incel's newest account posts. I'm 35 now, still no girlfriend. Maybe the black pill is real. Someone replies. Or maybe your personality is the problem, just a thought. He blocks them, continues posting into the void. Some people never learn. Brad posts a pregnancy announcement. He's going to be a dad. From Coomer to father, what a journey. Thank you everyone who believed in me. Comments congratulating him. Someone says, you've come so far, king, proud. The internet helped destroy him and rebuild him. Full redemption arc. Chris proposes on a random Tuesday. Nothing fancy, just us having dinner at home. I don't have a big speech. I just know I want to keep doing this boring life thing with you. I say yes immediately, crying happy tears. This is what I wanted all along. Post about the engagement, keep it simple. Said yes to my best friend, life is good. Get congratulations from everyone, including Beth, Emma's old roommate, including people from the poly community. Marcus comments, congratulations, genuinely happy you found what works for you. No bitterness, no drama, everyone's just happy for each other, growth all around. Someone quote tweets my engagement with, she went from poly speedrun to monogamy boss, character development. I laugh, quote tweet back, sometimes you have to fail spectacularly to figure out what you actually want. The tweet gets decent engagement, people sharing their own failure to success stories. Planning a small wedding, nothing crazy, just close friends and family. Brad's officiating because he got ordained online as a joke, but now it's real. Tessa's maid of honor, Chris's brother is best man, keeping it simple. Wedding day arrives, it's perfect, nothing goes wrong, everyone's happy. During vows I include, thank you for being patient while I figured out who I was and what I wanted. Thank you for being simple in the best way. Chris tears up, I tear up. Brad's crying while officiating. It's emotional. Reception is casual, backyard BBQ vibes, exactly what we wanted. Brad gives a speech about growth and change, mentions his own journey from terminally online to functional human. Everyone laughs. His wife is shaking her head fondly. His kid, now born, is sleeping through the chaos. Alex and Emily sent a card even though they weren't invited. Congratulations on your wedding, wishing you both happiness. Show Chris, we're both touched by the gesture, true closure achieved. Honeymoon is a road trip up the coast, nothing fancy, just US and the open road. Stop at random diners, hike in state parks, have deep conversations about nothing and everything. You ever regret the poly thing? Chris asks while we're watching the sunset. Regret is a strong word. I learned from it. But yeah, I wish I hadn't hurt Alex the way I did. At least you grew. That's more than most people do. He's right. Most people just repeat patterns. At least I broke mine. Get back from honeymoon, settle into married life. It's exactly like before, but with rings. Chris jokes, wow, marriage changed everything. Now when you're annoying, you're my wife who's annoying. Throw a pillow at him. We laugh. This is what I wanted. Playful, boring domesticity. See a post on Reddit. My girlfriend wants to try poly. I'm uncomfortable. Someone links my old Twitter thread in the comments. Read this cautionary tale. Ope reads it, updates later. Talked to my girlfriend. She admitted she already had someone in mind. We broke up. Dodged a bullet thanks to my cringe. Feels good to have helped. Brad's kid is 1 year old. He posts constantly about fatherhood. Being a dad is harder than No Nut November and more rewarding than any Reddit karma. His character growth is complete, from gooner to father to functional human who touches grass. The incel's newest account posts a photo of himself. This is why women don't want me. It's my face, not my personality. He's completely average looking. The delusion is strong. Someone replies, "Bro, you're not ugly, you're just insufferable. Work on the inside." He blocks them. Post more black pill content. Some people are beyond help. Marcus posts about being engaged, monogamous relationship, looks genuinely happy. Comments congratulating him. Someone says, "Glad you found what works for you." We all took different paths but ended up in similar places. Everyone finding their version of happiness. 6 years post-poly disaster, I'm working on my psychology degree, almost done. Want to specialize in relationship counseling, help people avoid the mistakes I made. Chris supports my goals, helps me study, quizzes me on concepts. What's the difference between ethical non-monogamy and just cheating? Consent and communication. If everyone involved didn't enthusiastically agree, it's just cheating with steps. He's learning too, couple that learns together stays together or whatever. Thesis is about social media's influence on relationship structures, using my own experience as a case study. Professor loves it, says it's refreshingly honest and self-aware. Get an A, one step closer to the degree, one step closer to helping people. Graduation day, Chris is there cheering. Brad brought his family, Tessa's crying proud tears. "You did it! From barista to therapist in training." Technically, I'm not a therapist yet, but I'm on the path. Progress matters. Start internship at a counseling center. See my first clients. One is a woman whose boyfriend wants to try poly. She's uncomfortable. I share my experience appropriately, help her see she's allowed to say no. She breaks up with him later, thanks me for validating her feelings. He kept saying I was insecure and needed to work on myself, but you helped me see I just wanted something different. Feel like I'm making a difference, using my cringe for good. Brad posts a 5-year anniversary post for his wife. 5 years since she saved me from terminal Reddit brain and porn addiction. Best decision I ever made was logging off. Comments full of support. Someone says the pipeline from Coomer to loving husband is real. Reddit helps people sometimes when they were ready to listen. See a viral TikTok, POV. You let Twitter convince you to try poly. Video shows someone progressively getting more stressed while managing multiple calendars and conflicts. Comments full of people sharing their poly disasters. I'm not alone in my mistakes. I tried poly for 3 months and all I got was anxiety and trust issues. My ex pushed me into poly, then got mad when I actually dated someone else. Make it make sense. Everyone learning that relationship structures aren't morally superior, they're just different. Chris and I celebrate our 2nd wedding anniversary. Simple dinner at home. 2 years of boring monogamy. Living the dream, we laugh. Toast to many more years of being boring together. Life is stable, predictable, full of love and cat hair and dishes. Exactly what I needed, exactly what I wanted once I stopped performing for strangers online. The incel posts one final time before his account gets permanently suspended. I'm 40 now. I've wasted my entire life angry. Maybe I should try therapy. Account gets suspended before anyone can reply. Maybe he'll actually get help. Probably not, though. Think about all the people who let online communities radicalize them. Incels, red pill guys, even poly evangelists. Everyone looking for community and finding cults. Instead, validation and finding echo chambers. Social media is a tool, but people treat it like a religion. Gospel truth from strangers. Post a final thread about my journey. 7 years ago, I let Twitter ruin my relationship. Here's everything I learned. Detail the mistakes, the growth, the lessons. Try to be helpful, not preachy. Relationship structures aren't moral statements. They're personal choices. Stop treating your preferences as enlightenment. If you're pushing your partner into something they don't want, you're not being ethical. You're being selfish. Social media highlights are not reality. Everyone's struggling. Everyone's learning. Nobody has it all figured out. Thread goes viral, 500K likes, thousands of comments, people thanking me for being honest, sharing their own stories. I needed to hear this. I was about to pressure my boyfriend into poly because Twitter made it seem normal. I tried poly for the aesthetic and ended up in therapy. Wish I'd read this sooner. Feel like my cringe had purpose. Helped people avoid the same mistakes. Reddit's relationship advice makes my thread a pinned resource. Before asking about poly, read this. Understand the complexity and self-reflection required. Comments discussing my journey, mostly supportive. She took accountability and grew. That's rare on the internet. Brad comments, I know her IRL, she's the real deal, helped me through my Coomer recovery. His comment gets upvoted, people asking for his story. He shares his No Nut November disaster. Everyone's out here learning and growing and sharing. The internet can be good sometimes. Marcus comments on my thread, this is spot on. I made similar mistakes. Glad we both learned. We've become friends in a weird way, bonded through shared cringe. Years pass, I get my license, become a full relationship counselor, specialize in helping people navigate relationship transitions, especially when social media is involved. Clients come in with questions about poly, about open relationships, about expectations versus reality. I help them examine their motivations, communicate with partners, make informed choices. Are you doing this because you want it or because the internet told you it's evolved? Most realize it's the latter. Some genuinely want it, and I help them do it ethically. No judgment, just helping people figure out what they actually want versus what they think they should want. Chris and I are 35 now, still boring, still happy, still choosing each other every day. Talking about maybe getting a dog, normal married couple things. Brad's kid is 7. He posts about school events and soccer games. Completely different person. Remember when you were a gooner trying No Nut November? I comment on one post. Please, we don't talk about the dark times, he replies, but he's laughing. Growth is real, change is possible, people can become better versions of themselves. See, Alex and Emily have 2 kids now, living their best life. Genuinely happy for them, no residual feelings, just appreciation that everyone found their path. My face when I let Twitter convince me to speedrun polyamory, destroyed a good relationship, spent years learning that social media validation isn't worth real human connection, and eventually found happiness by being boring and authentic instead of interesting and performative. That feeling when you realize the best relationships aren't the ones that look good on social media, they're the ones that feel good in real life. And sometimes you have to fail spectacularly and publicly to learn that lesson. And that's okay, because growth comes from acknowledging mistakes, not hiding them. And maybe sharing your cringe helps other people avoid the same stupid decisions you made when you were young and desperate to seem evolved.